We're in Calvary Cemetery, which opened in 1854. In 1849, the city of St. Louis had a cemetery problem. They were all full. The city had enacted an ordinance where you couldn't create a new cemetery for health reasons. And then they were hit with a cholera epidemic. So the Archbishop of St. Louis City, he bought a farm outside the city limits, and he set aside 327 acres for a new Catholic cemetery. Already on the farm was a Native American burial ground, a family cemetery, and soldiers that were buried from Fort Bellefontaine. They dug up those graves and they put a mass grave. Then they took the bodies from several St. Louis City cemeteries and moved them here into mass graves. And in 2000, they found the Native American mass grave where two prominent Nez Perce tribe members, Black Eagle and Speaking Eagle, were discovered, along with many others, in a mass grave. At that site, people say they see a mist. At this site, the bell tower, people say they see an apparition looking at you from the top. See if I can pull into these windows. Who's up there? Can you look out? Can you wave to us? Can we see you? Also buried here is Father Modern, the priest from the original St. Louis exorcism. And I also have some family members buried here. Who's here? Hi, I'm Shannon. I think you might have said Ray. It kind of sounded like that. What are the names here? Casper. Cool name. Hello? Who haunts this bell tower? Did somebody fall from the window? Does anybody want to talk to us? Can you tell us your name? Ed. Hi, Ed. Ooh. Can you show yourself? We'd love to see you. They say this area is very haunted. That people see an apparition here. $1897. Hi, James. Limerick, Ireland. And Elizabeth. Are you resting in peace? This is the Weeping Angel. Supposedly you can hear her weeping. Then you see a bright light. And she raises her head and then uses her right arm to point to something and then lays her head back down. Why do you weep? It's beautiful sculpture though.
Very, very well done. Like all the features.
Mm-hmm. There's supposed to be 2 of them here in the cemetery, another one too. It's copied from some sculpture in Italy that some artist did. I think it was an artist did for his wife's grave.
Well, her finger is pointing. I mean, they have her laid out like this.
It's supposed to be her right hand. That would be her left.
Well, I mean, like this.
Oh, is the right hand?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's got a pointer finger.
Oh, she does. What are you pointing to? Who's buried here? So peaceful. See any bright lights?
Phenomenal. Even on her hand.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome, isn't
Fingernails.
it? Oh, she has fingernails?
Yeah. It's almost creepy. How,
Oh, wow. Is there anything you want to say? Can you look at us? Okay. Pretty cool. One of the mass graves was a Native American burial ground, and this is where historians found in 2000 that burial ground is at. There were 2 Nez Perce tribe members who were looking for Lewis and Clark, and while they were here, they died, and they found them in this grave. Speaking Eagle and Black Eagle. But when they buried them, they gave them Christian names, Paul and Narcisse. In this area, people claim to see a white mist. It makes me think that other mass graves may be in this area because nothing's here. Are there mass graves here? And in 1951, the bodies they did move from the other cemeteries in the city of St. Louis, the ones that weren't put in a mass grave but had a headstone, they took their headstone away. They destroyed those tombstones. So this is the monument that was placed in 2003 for the mass grave. And there we go. Black Eagle, Speaking Eagle. At least they did put those names on here. But this is from 2003. Apparently Lewis and Clark had stayed with their tribe 25 years earlier. Some say they were coming to seek knowledge of the Bible, but that there's nothing that proved that. But they were looking for Lewis and Clark. And they were buried in 4 different places. One was at the old cathedral cemetery, which many bodies were moved here.
Where they lay is not known.
Yeah, it's a mass grave. There was a Native American burial ground on the farm that the Archbishop purchased. And I think they discovered that, a historian discovered that this was where it was at. So who knows, there could be a lot of people buried there. Because there's many mass graves here. My name's Shannon. Is Speaking Eagle or Black Eagle here? Did you come to St. Louis to find out knowledge of the Bible? That's what they say, but I mean, there's no...
Yeah, that's what the plaque says, that they came seeking knowledge because knowledge is power, and the white man was encroaching on their...
Yeah, they wanted to learn about the white man's religion, is what... But there's nothing that proves that. But that's what all the newspapers reported.
Well, of course. The newspaper were written by white men.
I wonder if this is maybe another mass grave. It's a big stone, and then that one down there, too. It almost seems like they would have buried them near each other.
The remains of many men and women who were founders.
So this is another mass grave, then. Yeah. So they were probably moved from another cemetery too, maybe even the old cathedral cemetery like Black Eagle and Speaking Eagle were. Who's here? So maybe the historians found this too, because that looks like a newer monument. People say they see you here in a white mist. Can you show me that mist? Who's here? Is this another mass grave? Is that why this monument is here? Do you see my machine? Oh, I guess you do. I guess you know now it doesn't hurt you, and all you have to do is come near it. Can I ask you yes or no questions? Make it sound off for yes. Oh, I can. Can you stop, please? Oh. I can't ask a question unless you stop. Are there Native Americans here? American Indians? Are they buried here? Light it up for yes. Is that a no? Were they converted? Maybe they were no longer natives, but Christians? Are you a Christian American Indian? I don't know. Is Speaking Eagle here? From the Nez Perce tribe? What about Black Eagle? Is Black Eagle here? Do that again if Black Eagle is here. Are there other people buried here other than the Native Americans, the American Indians?
Do they really have to give you the name rabbit skin leggings?
Oh, that was the other two, no horns on his head and rabbit skin leggings. They came with those two, but they didn't die here. But on the way home, they died. So they put their names on the monument. They don't know where.
Yeah, they don't know where they're at.
Yeah. How many mass graves are here? Is there more than one? Light it up if that's a yes. I think we lost whoever we were talking to. Does anybody want to talk to us? Oh. Hello, my name is Shannon. Can I ask you questions? Was your body moved here from another cemetery? I guess not. Was your tombstone taken away? Yes. Are you part of the... You got a lot to say. Are you part of the white mist people see? Is there a white mist? Can we see your apparition? Can we see you? Did you die from cholera? Did you get sick? Are you a human spirit? Are you a non-human spirit? Are you Paul? Narcisse? Oh, you're Narcisse. I can't remember which one was Narcisse, Black Eagle or Speaking Eagle. Do you know where we're at? Is this Calvary? Calvary Cemetery? Oh, it's a yes. Are you maybe a soldier? Do you know what Fort Bellefontaine is? Or Bellefontaine? I don't know how do you pronounce that? I always heard the cemetery called Bellefontaine and the fort called Bellefontaine. But the cemetery is named after the fort. Bellefontaine. Do that again if you're from Fort Bellefontaine. You are. Yeah, because there's supposed to be a mass grave of soldiers here too from Fort Bellefontaine. Were you a soldier? Ooh. Can you stop, please? Were you a soldier? I'm not sure if you're just playing with the machine or if you're actually understanding my questions. The movie The Exorcist was based on a true story that happened here in St. Louis, and the Jesuit priest from St. Louis University died in 1983, and his body is buried somewhere in this section. while he was alive, he wouldn't talk about the exorcism. Also around in here somewhere is section 36, but I can't find it on the map. William Lemp Sr.'s nephew was married. I can't remember her name, but his name was Charles Bronock. He's the one who inherited half the brewery from Adam Lemp. But anyway, his wife is buried in the pauper section, which was listed as section 36. It's also the section where a lot of grave robbers came and stole bodies for medical science. So if we can find 36, we'll stop there. I read too that St. Louis University Medical School actually gave a class. I thought I saw something over there. Gave a class on grave robbing. This is like looking for a needle in a haystack. William S. Bowden. Bowdern. Bowdern. And he died in 83. These are all 83.
Oh, there he is.
Where? Oh, right there.
There.
Father. A reverend. I guess they don't call him father. Jesuit priest. He's still a priest, but they're like kind of like a side order of the Catholic Church or whatever. But
well, because this was erected with help to establish Jesuit presence in the Midwest.
okay.
So that's what this whole memorial is for. The
It's all for Jesuits.
That helped found it.
Well, Reverend Bowden, we came to thank you for performing that exorcism. I wanted to thank you for helping that boy. That must have been really hard. If you want to talk to us, you can talk into this camera. While you were alive, you wouldn't talk about the exorcism. I think you truly believe the boy was possessed by the devil. Was he possessed by the devil or a demon? Min. Is there anything you want to say about the exorcism? From what I understand, the boy is now 80 years old, or in his 80s, and living a wonderful life. You did a great service. If there's anything you want to say it now. Or are you still going to be silent even in the afterlife? Oh, you should see St. Louis University. It's grown so much, even from 1983. And they made the whole campus area safer, too, for the students. I bet you would like to know that. And your church is still standing. It's beautiful. The rectory is gone, but that may have gone when you were still alive. I'm not sure. But it's a very nice place. Can you show yourself? We'd love to see you. Well, thank you, Father Bowden. My name's Shannon. I hope you spoke with me. And we wish you peace. We think we may have found section 36. Potter's Field, located in the city of... I'll have to look that up. Was Potter's Field, is that like a pauper's grave thing?
Potter would have been a poor person.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of it's not in the New Prairie section. Because they destroyed over 1,000 tombstones.
Why, for construction, development?
Just to destroy them. I read in 1951. I read a Post-Dispatch article. It didn't say why. I think because a lot of them were old and broken. Maybe it didn't look good enough. I don't know.
No more family to restore them?
They didn't even tell the families. Because some of the families were still around. We're talking 1951, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it goes all the way back there.
Wow. Is there anybody here who wants to talk to us? Anybody want to show themselves? That could be why it's a prairie section, because they can't do burials there if there was a lot of tuberculosis and cholera deaths. I think they would consider it contaminated. Well, Mrs. Bronick, we're going to go visit your husband next at Adam Lemp's grave. If you're here somewhere, I don't think we can find you. But just know we remember you. We're sorry you got sick, you and your husband both, with tuberculosis. You may have called it consumption. Did you have consumption? We wish you peace. And to everyone else, we really hope your body made it here. We are now in Bellefontaine, or some people call it Bellefontaine, which I think is the proper pronunciation. And I don't know of any ghost stories here, except for the mist travels over here too. But this is where the Lemps are buried. And they're buried on two different sides. Adam Lemp is over here, and William Sr. is on the other side. The story goes that he and his father did not get along. If you watch my first Lemp video, there's a long history on that. My biggest question to you, if you'd like to answer it, is why did you change William Sr.'s name from Jacob to Wilhelm, the name of your dead son, when you brought him over here from Germany when he was 12? Big question, I know. You can talk into this camera. So pretty here. Did you kidnap him from his mother, Justina? Do you have anything to say? I'm also wondering why baby Lemp, the stillborn child of Julia and William, was left here. There were two big family plots, the Fiker plot and the Lemp plot. But when William's first son, Frederick, died, William built on the other side of the cemetery the biggest mausoleum in the cemetery to place Frederick. And then he had Julia's parents move to the Lemp mausoleum. But they left behind one Fikert and baby Lemp. Oh, and Charles is supposed to, the pauper, the lady who was the pauper, her husband is supposed to be buried here too, in the Adam Lemp plot. So I guess they're just not marked or named.
Probably not.
Apparently.
Well, from the look of it, if they're here.
We went and tried to find your wife, Charles, if you're here. How did you guys end up being paupers when you were given money for half the brewery? And why did you leave half the brewery to him? Jacob's the one who worked in it. And then, where did your money go, Charles? How did your wife end up in a pauper's grave? Sorry you guys died from tuberculosis. But we tried to find her, but we think it's a prairie field now. Were you a drinker, Adam? You died from cirrhosis of the liver. I guess I got too much negativity going on here. We really do wish you peace. If you want to talk in this camera, now's the time to do it. Say anything you want. I can't hear you now, but I'll hear you later. And here it is, Lemp. Hi guys. My name's Shannon. I've been to your house, your mansion, many times. I've spoken to Charles, who is not buried here. He's son of William Sr. He's buried at his farm. He's still there with his dog, Serva. You want to use my spirit box? At the mansion, y'all are talking on the spirit box. Is there anybody here? Can you say your name? Is William here? William Sr. Jacob. Is Jacob Lemp here? Is Julia here? Well, I brought some herbs I want to leave for you. There's stuff in here that will help you for those who died traumatically. Elsa, Billy, William, that's for you. And there's stuff in there to help you communicate. To bring you peace. Enjoy the herbs. They're for you, for all of you. I hope it helps. Goodbye.